Okay, what is up, everybody? Isaac Parks here with another installment of Learn to Punt with Isaac Parks. My name is Isaac Parks, All-American punter, NFL free agent, and punting coach. And today I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to watch film better, So there's a lot of different ways to watch film. There's a lot of different film that's out there. Okay, but today we're going to be taking a look at really what you need to be doing when you watch film, what I look for in each different time that I watch film and each different angle, what I'm going to be looking at. And then finally, it's time for us as punters to not always use this film anymore, right? This is clearly the most entertaining film to watch. It's clearly the most fun film to watch, but is it the best film for us to be getting to improve our situations? I can't really say that it is. So let's get into it. What are the best angles to use? So the back angle is still a good angle to use, but first thing we got to look at is the side angle. Okay, so what the side angle does really well is it lets us see a couple different parts of our body position. So right here, look, we can see a really aggressive body position, okay, which is good, and then it lets us follow this body position the whole way through. So look at how I'm opening up the hips until contact, where it's a nice neutral shoulders on this body position. Next thing that this angle does really well is it gives us a lot of insight in drop height and contact point, which is an important thing. So we can see here, arm is parallel with the ground. It's hard to see the parallel from other angles, but we can also see the nose is a little down. I might want to get that nose up a little bit if I was a coach, leave it a little bit more neutral, but this is definitely not bad. I don't hate this at all. Next, we can see the arm comes off nice and relaxed, hips slowly open up, and then we strike. That's a really clean picture of what a strike should look like right there. Body position neutral, and then boom, nice clean swing. Some other notes, things if you want to make watching film easier for yourself, listen to what I do after this little punt right here. Full turn, and now 37 yards, about 40% speed. Yeah, so what I do right there that I think has been really helpful in my career is it lets me know how the result of that punt went, because it's really easy to have that punt and you can speculate on things you want to do better, but having the result too lets you really know if what you're doing is working, if what you're doing isn't working. So that was a full turn. I was going at about 40%, and it was about 37, 38 yards. So that turns out to be a pretty good little punt for what I was trying to do. So next, let's take a look at a miss hit here, because I know the next one was a miss hit, and some things that kind of didn't happen as well. So right here, I plant further, hips are less open. Yeah, and then take a look at this picture. This is a much different swing path right here. Notice how those hips never get as open. Notice how much this heel is coming off the ground. That means that there's a transfer of power down the field that's not lined up with my swing. So as you can see here, let's watch it one more time. So right as I'm making contact, look, that's really close to what we want. It's just a little bit back on the ball, right? So we want to make contact just a hair forward. So right here, and it's because my hips are a little bit back and I'm losing power right here, so I might be swinging a little quick. So we come through right here. My foot, half turn, 35 yards. Right, half turn, 35 yards, not the results we want. And we can see that part of it is I'm not digging my left foot into the ground like I need to. I'm really floating it, and I'm coming off of my left foot at contact, which is not what we want to see at all. Next, let's take a look at the front side view, okay? So for me, the big thing that the front side view lets me do is look at a lot of things in my drop. It really lets me fine tune my drop. Also, we can notice here my steps. I'm stepping out to the right. Not always what you want to do, but it's pretty subtle right here. But if I want to get more consistent, it's something I'm going to have to change. So right now, if we just watch this drop, it looks like this right here, and it's pretty much the same picture the whole way down. Pretty clean hit. We don't necessarily hate that. Ends up being a pretty good ball. Remember, as we just continue to look at it, things that we're just going through, the arm comes off nice and relaxed. It's not pulling my shoulder too far back. Good arm action here on the side. Contact point looks honestly almost a little bit high. We can see here, right? We want to be making contact at knee height. Might have made contact a little bit higher than that. So what that means is I can be more patient with my swing, let my hips get through even further, get that much more power into every little punt. Let's watch the next one here, see if it's the same thing. So here we can see there's a little bit more drop movement. Okay, I don't quite get that ball home, and now look, it's heavily turned. Luckily, I like a heavily turned ball, so I just kind of tossed it out there a little bit, which gave me a perfect turn. Not something you should strive to do. You should strive, if you like more turn on your ball, turn it more and then drop it flat. Don't leave anything to chance. It's a big thing if you want to be a consistent punter. It looks like connection point right here is looking a lot cleaner, so get a nice clean hit, a little off the side of his foot. You can see the reaction is not very good. Next, let's do everybody's favorite view. Now this is definitely the best view to see how the ball turns out, right? So this is the best thing if you have a good memory. You can remember what you did right. This is a great way to see how the ball turned. Okay, so this one fades out to the right a little bit. You can tell it's because my steps, a little bit out to the right. If you watch here, it follows pretty much my step path. Okay, so I step out to this area, that ball continues and lands, even a little bit further out this way. So kicking this way, it's gonna come down right up in this area. Yeah, so it lands right on that path. So if you're ever confused and you're like, oh, I kicked it straight, why is it landing out there? Maybe your momentum wasn't as straight as you thought it was. So on this next punt, we'll take a look at the same thing. There's just so much that you can be missing if you only watch this angle, such as drop height, step path, how that ball turns, how high the arm is, how your release looks. So that's why I really like utilizing all of these angles when I'm punting. So I hope this helped, and next time you go out and watch some film, I hope you can use this as you're taking film as a guide for really how to be looking at this and how to improve yourself as a punter. As always, I hope everyone's having an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.